Most effective tactics available, meta. When the word meta strikes in our mind, we consider three things. Whether it's viable in most scenarios, whether it's accurate enough for taking enemies out, and whether it has a competitive time to kill or not. There's been a handful of meta weapons out there which majority of the player base tend to use in their day-to-day matches,
while the rest of the guns in the game sit in the arsenal collecting dust without being known their true potential of usage. What's up guys, my name is Rising and welcome back to another gun guide for Call of Duty Mobile. This is the series where we'll be focusing on in-depth breakdowns, tips, builds, and class setups for every single weapon in Call of Duty Mobile. And today we'll be covering the AK117 assault rifle.
The AK117, which is based on the AK-12 assault rifle in real life, is a 4 to 7 shot kill weapon, dealing 25 damage in the initial damage range, which drops all the way down to 15. Although the insufficient body multipliers do not guarantee fewer shots to kill in the initial damage range, they do help in the second damage range by reducing your shots to kill.
The rate of fire is 767 rounds per minute, which is high for an assault rifle. This means you'll kill in 234 milliseconds up close, which can be further extended by headshots or body shots with specific damage multipliers.
Here's the time to kill over range profile of the AK117 in comparison with other popular meta weapons out there. It does have a competitive time to kill in the initial damage range. However, against guns like the Odin, the USS-9, and the HVK-30, it performs slightly poorly. Coming to the accuracy stats, the AK117 has moderate ADS bullet spread accuracy, which means mid-range gunfights can be handled decently. It also has a manageable hit flinch, which is average for an assault rifle. Coming now to the recoil, and this is where the major drawback of the AK117 kicks in. This gun does not have a predictable recoil pattern, which means after every burst of rounds fired, the recoil becomes randomized, and there's no way to reduce this. However, it is somewhat vertical, with slight horizontal bounces, although this unfriendly recoil pattern may throw your aim off if you're not aware of it. Coming now to the handling stats, the AK117 has a base aim-down sight time of 260 milliseconds, which is slower than average for assault rifles. It has an average sprint-to-fire time of 150 milliseconds. And for the mobility stats, the AK117 has average movement speed and sprint speed. However, it has a faster than average ADS movement speed. The magazine capacity is 30 rounds with 120 in reserve. It reloads in 1.47 seconds with an empty reload time of 1.76 seconds. This reload time is a bit on the slower side, but it could be manageable. And that covers all of the base stats of the weapon. And it is worth mentioning that this gun does not feature any special attachment which changes its lethality in any way. That being said, now's the time for some exciting class setups.
The build that we offer comprises of the monolithic suppressor and the OWC marksman barrel for concealment and range, no stock for improved mobility, granulated grip tape for improved accuracy, and the 40-round extended mag for improved magazine capacity.
Here are the build attributes if you want to have a look. We get an amazing 60% range boost with this build, which helps a lot to stretch out those mid-range gunfights. The horizontal recoil is also greatly reduced, which may reduce the side-to-side bounce a little bit, keeping in mind its randomized recoil pattern. The build enhances its mid-range performance, delivering a guaranteed 4-shot kill anywhere on the body, with a competitive 234 milliseconds time to kill up to 20 meters, which can be extended up to 36.8 meters by landing at least 2 arm or upper torso shots. This is a great damage range profile, and it can easily outclass most meta weapons if you can land those initial shots precisely. Here are the key stat changes with this build. You can see that the aim-down sight speed as well as the aim-down sight movement speed has been decreased by quite a lot. This is another major drawback of the AK117. You really have to sacrifice mobility in order for the gun to shoot straight, which holds it a little back compared to other top-tier assault rifles.
However, we must focus on its prime strength while building a weapon, and in this case, it is the great initial damage range profile.
As for an example class setup, for respawns, we have the machine pistol as our secondary, since it runs out of ammo real quick. We have the perk greed red as our wildcard, allowing us to carry 2 red perks, which we have Dauntless and Flak Jacket in this case.
The other 2 perks being Quick Fix and Hardline. We have a contact grenade as the lethal equipment and a trophy system as the tactical. Operator skill and score streaks can be chosen as preference.
For Search and Destroy, everything remains pretty much the same. I like using a melee for efficient rushing, although you may use a pistol if you want. Just swap out Hardline with Dead Silence and you're good to go. I also like using Smoke Grenade to block enemy line of sights.
And with that, that is going to wrap it up on the AK117 gun guide for Call of Duty Mobile. As for my thoughts on the AK117, I really like using it. It is a fun weapon to use and it does pretty well in all scenarios. Just keep in mind the randomized recoil pattern and you're good to go. Is it meta-worthy? Definitely not, because of the several drawbacks that hold it back, but it still remains as a great weapon to be used in multiplayer. If you want a good off-meta pick, go give it a try, and you'll be pretty comfortable using it. Although it may not be super accurate, I really like its consistency in those mid-range gunfights. However, it is not advised to challenge longer range gunfights because of the harsh damage drop-off that it offers at those ranges. Overall, the AK117 is an upper-tier assault rifle, offering strong performance in close to mid-range gunfights. It is a great weapon to use as an aggressive flex AR.
And of course, those were just my thoughts on the AK117. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think of the AK117? Whether it is bad, good, or somewhat mediocre? Just let your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you have any assault rifle in mind, let me know which one you want me to cover next. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.